Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 17 of Popular is a Relative Term. I hope you've had a good week. I've had a good week, and you know what? We're gonna jump straight into this week's episode because this week, firstly, we're filming from a slightly different angle, which is throwing me off a bit because now the camera's usually there, but today it's over here, so it's throwing me off a bit. Anyway. Let's get straight into it, okay? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that was it. Guys, I had an epiphany this week. I was, can't remember what I was doing. I might have been down. Anyway, I was thinking, and I was like, hang on a minute. Something's not right. Now, we all know the story of Cinderella, right? You know, poor girl goes to ball, yay, runs home, loses slipper. Everyone knows that story, okay? But an issue I've found with it is when she gets her glass slipper, okay? And then she loses at the ball, and then the guy comes looking through people with the slipper and goes, to those, whoever the slipper fits, I will marry. Right, firstly, there's got to be loads and loads of people with the same shoe size as the what's the Cinderella? That's her name, isn't it? Yeah. There's got to be loads and loads of people with the same shoe size as Cinderella, right? That's my first issue. And okay, there's an argument for that. You could say, Cinderella, right? Cinderella, this shoe fits her perfectly, and that's how he knows. Okay. Why did it fall off? If the shoe fit Cinderella perfectly, why did it fall off? Guys, it's a lie. The plot line is a lie. If the shoe fit Cinderella perfectly, why did it fall off? And also the other thing I was thinking, a glass slipper, that's so impractical. Imagine, like, dancing with windows on your feet. That wouldn't be cool. Anyway, that's the thirst theory for today. I have another theory later on. We need an opener for Ned's theories. Because I've moved to a new laptop and I still haven't transferred loads of files, so I'm currently missing the what's-your-majiggy, not popular as a relative term, what am I on about? Currently missing the r/have we met intro, so I need to recover that. However, that is a theory, and we need a theory segment opener, and we'll come back to my other theory later that involves ketchup sachets, or any sauce sachet for that matter. But I have a few things written down today. I need to stop saying I have a few things written down today. I have Salad Lady written down, which I have no idea what I was thinking when I wrote that down. I don't know who's had salad, and I don't know what the importance is of the Salad Lady. Something must have happened to do with salad. But anyway, guys, I need to talk about my new laptop because I got my laptop for my birthday and I'm very excited because it's much, much better. And I'm now using DaVinci Resolve to edit, which, if you don't know, is a free editing software that is a hell of a lot better than what I was using before, which is OpenShot, which, don't get me wrong, OpenShot was a very good editor. It was very easy to use, very simple to work out, whatever. But it's nowhere near as good as DaVinci Resolve, what I'm using. And the icon of YouTube is, of course, Swirly Face. And I can, in my previous editor, because of the way it works, you can't morph the image. So in Photoshop, you can stretch stuff out and you can compress it, so you can move and morph and change pixels where the position of pixels are. But in the previous one, you couldn't do that. You could only move it as a whole. You couldn't manipulate the pixels. Don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but if it does, drop a comment. And then So I open up DaVinci Resolve, and the first thing I do is work out how to do swirly face. And so it was kind of out of place in Monday's video, but I thought swirly face needs to go in this video somewhere because I know how to do it now. So yeah, and also I was kind of gutted, right, because there's an option called dynamic zoom, and what it is if you switch it on, then it just slowly brings the clip in or out depending on what you have it zooms in on the clip or zooms out on the clip depending on how you have it set. And I decided, I was like, oh, I assume that it just crops in. I thought it just crops in. No, it doesn't. It zooms in, which threw me off for a second because it zoomed in on me and then it started zooming out, but I left it in anyway because it's like, it looks okay, I guess. We'll see. Maybe I'll use an actual crop next time. Maybe I won't. But that's DaVinci Resolve, and I'm so excited because it's so much faster, right? With my old laptop, it was so bad. An export would take like half an hour. I exported Monday's video in a minute and a half. I was like, I feel like I've not done enough editing. If it's that quick to export, I feel like it isn't heavily edited enough. And it's just, and like the green screen process is so much easier. Just so many things are just so much better, and it makes me very, very happy. Which, talking of being happy, guys, I've realised something, okay? Now, generally, I always was confused at people would get annoyed at games. And I was like, geez, it's just a game. And do you know what Ninja said? Ninja said the phrase, it's just a game, is such a weak mindset, or whatever he said. I need to get that. Should we get the Ninja quote up? Ninja, it's just a game quote. It's just a game, Twitter. Hey, come on. Where is it? Ninja's take, it's just a game, is weak. Tyler Ninja Blevins called out casual gamers. Oh, I love these articles. The phrase, it's just a game, is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened. Losing, imperfect of craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle. Thank you, Ninja, for those wise words. But I disagreed. I thought, you know what? It's just a game, Ninja. It's just a game. And then I was playing Mario Kart last night, and something changed. You know, I nearly recorded that podcast last night, and thank God I didn't, because yesterday was like the most privileged bad day, you know. I went to Go Ape, couldn't do it because there was a thunderstorm. Like, fuming, right? And then I get home and I play Mario Kart. And Mario Kart, like, you can still be doing well, but you think you're doing badly because you're getting hit all the time. And I'm not happy about that because it just annoys me. And I agree with Ninja now. The phrase, it's just a game, is such a weak mindset. So if you're ever playing Mario Kart, think of me getting annoyed because I don't like Mario Kart, that is for sure. The other thing I was going to talk about, my hot take, is why, TikTok. I have 2 points about TikTok today. My first point is that I should probably get on it. Because, you know, popular is a very relative term. And I'm okay with being a small channel. But if I can get bigger by using means such as TikTok, so be it. And I'm not currently on TikTok. I'm thinking maybe I should get on it. But at the same time, I kind of want to see if it secures its future. Yeah, because I don't want to put a bunch of time into something that's just going to get deleted in like a month. So, yes. And the other thing is I'm confused, right? Because if it gets banned in America, or if it gets banned in America, obviously we'll still have it, but there won't be an American audience. What's going to happen then? Are we all just going to leave TikTok? Or I'd kind of like that to happen because then TikTok would be absolutely jokes and the UK TikTok scene would pop off, you know? But the other thing is if TikTok does get bought, does that mean TikTok UK is also owned by Microsoft? Or is it still owned by the nice Chinese company, ByteDance? Is it called ByteDance? Is that the right one? So, yeah, maybe I should get on TikTok. That's my first point. And then my second point is, why does everybody keep pretending they don't know how to say D'Amelio, right? Because I watch a lot of creators myself, you know. I'm somewhat of a creator myself, and I'm somewhat of a consumer myself. And the amount of videos I've watched that have talked about TikTok, and they've gone, oh, is it D'Amelio? Is it D'Amelio? Is it Domalio? Everyone knows it's D'Amelio. They just don't want to. They don't want to act like they're like, oh, I don't actually know if the real name is D'Amelio. I just everyone knows it's D'Amelio. Stop pretending you don't know how to say D'Amelio. And that is my rant over. It doesn't really have a point. Well, it kind of does have a point. The point is, stop pretending you don't know how to say D'Amelio. Just, I get it, okay? You don't want to seem like you're just all over these 60... That sounds weird. You're all... You don't want to pretend like you're in the loop, you know? You want to be like, oh, they're kind of irrelevant. But, you know, they're not. And you know they're not. So stop pretending you don't know how to say their last name. It's D'Amelio. Just get that in your mind and say D'Amelio. Don't go D'Amelio. Is it D'Amelio? Is it D'Amaclio? You know it's D'Amelio, okay? Just stop. And you can even sound it out, right? How do you spell it? D-A-M-E-L. Hang on, I'm going to have to Google how you spell it now. Charlie D'Amelio. And it was... the other thing I am confused about is Dixie D'Amelio... Was she famous? Was she famous before her sister became famous? Or is she just leeching off her sister, or was she famous before? Right. And I feel like Charlie D'Amelio was famous before as well. She's just super big on TikTok. Right. D-A-M-E-L-I-O. D'Amelio, actually. D'Amelio? Yeah, I guess if you did sound it out, you might be confused. Still, everyone knows it's D'Amelio, so what's your problem? I feel like I had something to lead into after that little conversation. You know what? Just before, you know what? We're doing the other theory now, the sachet theory. Okay. Now this story has another bit of a background to it. See, the other day. Well, not the other day. It was about 2 weeks ago now, because I haven't actually recorded a sit-down talk episode of the podcast for like 2-3 weeks now, because I was doing them generally the day before, which I'm recording this the day before upload. But then I went on holiday, as some of you probably know, and then so I had to backlog. So I did 2 episodes within the space of a week, which really I should never do again, because they were horrendous episodes because I had nothing to talk about. Which is why I think this episode is better, because I've had like 3 weeks to think. Because then the episode I did last week, I recorded whilst I was on holiday, and it wasn't like this. I talked about YouTube and future and other stuff, rather than just talking about my life and things that annoy me. Which is why I think this episode is a bit more relaxed, and I know a bit more what I'm talking about, because I've had 2 weeks to think about it. So maybe, guys, I should do these episodes less often, but I kind of like doing them weekly, because otherwise, I don't know. Right, the sachet theory, okay. Now, I was on my way to Montrose in Scotland, and we stopped at the T-Bay services, right? We pulled up at T-Bay, and we got out of the car, went into T-Bay, and we got our dinner, and then we sat more like it was like an afternoon. It was halfway between dinner and lunch, because when you're travelling, and we didn't want to stop at any old service stations because you got to be posh, you know. So we stopped at T-Bay, which, if you don't know what T-Bay is, it's a very posh service station. And we get our lunch and our lunch dinner thing, because we're travelling, so it's up to the will of God to decide what time we arrive at T-Bay. So you just eat when you have the opportunity, right? So I get my tray, sit down, and then I see the dreaded sachet of ketchup. Now, normally, if you go there, I think normally they have pumps. I think they've had pumps in there. I'm sorry if you can hear the bin lorry outside, because it's been quite loud. I think in the past they've had pumps, and you like pump out your sauce into like these little pots, right? But they didn't, because Corona and that, you know, can't be sharing things. So I'm there, I'm in my mask, walking around, you know, respecting all the guidelines, and I see the sachet. Well, I don't actually. My sister sees them. I was sat at the table asking for ketchup. I'm waffling half this story. Anyway, my sister brings over the sachets, and I'm like, oh no. It's a sachet. It's not a bottle. It's not a little paper cup. It's a sachet. And here's the theory bit, right? The only realistic use for a sachet is if you're on a diet, right? Because because everyone knows ketchup is so bad for your health. I don't know about mayonnaise. I don't really eat mayonnaise unless it's in like a chicken sandwich. Ketchup is so bad. It's full of crap. So if you're on a diet, right, what you do is you eat with your hands, okay? You eat your food with your hands. And your hands are going to slowly get more and more greasy. And the more greasy your hands get, the harder it is to open those sachets. So, the harder it is, right? So, 2 points, the less you're going to have, because you can't be bothered to open them. And 2, you're going to burn more calories trying to open them. Because you open a bottle, some of them, pop the lid off, open, squirt, you've just added calories to your plate. Bottle, unscrew the top, added calories to your plate. Pump, added calories to your plate, right? You get a sachet, you've burned the calories that you're getting from the ketchup by the time you've managed to open it, because it's that much of a pain. You're there like... and then, the other point that I was going to make, I don't know what that point was. Oh yeah, and then you're just going to eat less as well. Because that's what I found. I love a good bit of ketchup, and I eat probably too much more than I should. But I like it, and I don't care. I was on holiday, I'm going to have as much as I want. But, you know, I'm there, I'm sitting there trying to peel them, and they never work, you know, and you don't want to bite them, that's horrible. So you're there, you're trying to pull it apart, so you just find yourself eating less ketchup. It's genius. If you're on a diet, buy a bunch of sachets. Put the bottles off limits and buy the sachets. Although sachets bad for the environment and that, so probably not great. Oh, that's the other thing. Guys, we bought some reusable straws the other day because, to be honest, I'm living in a criminal household because we still have plastic straws and I believe they are now illegal. But we bought them before and we just very, very slowly use them. So there's still quite a few left. But we bought some reusable ones because we're nice to the environment and an eco-family and all that. And I was using it, and you want to chew on it because it's like we got these silicone ones. We didn't get metal ones. We got these like silicone ones, and they look like those men that they put outside car dealerships, and they're like, and they wave in the wind. But so we got some of those, and I was wobbling it. I put it in my little drink, and I was having a drink, and I wanted to chew on it because I didn't, because that would be grim. But it's like that. It's like this soft. It's like the texture of a sweet. Obviously, it's not sweet because it's silicone, but it just threw me off. I didn't like it. and I wanted to chew it, but I couldn't because that'd be grim, and it made me very sad. And so that's my other point for today. That was a side tangent. I didn't even write that point down. That just came to me off the top of my head. And I was like, oh, I could talk about how I wanted to chew reusable straws. Because I don't like paper. Two things annoys me, right? Wooden cutlery, okay? This is another thing I've not written down. This is just something that I want to rant about. Wooden cutlery, okay? Sometimes you get like those bamboo spoons. Or like the single-use ones. So like the replacement for plastic, but they're made out of wood. Whew! Hoo hoo hoo! I don't like them because you get this like papery taste. It's same with paper straws. They're not too bad, paper straws, but wooden cutlery, it's like fingers down a blackboard. It's horrible. I hate it. That sensation of like, hate wooden cutlery. Hate it. If I had a varnish on it or something, it'd be fine. But just the horrible. That's right, because I had a wooden spoon yesterday. I had a hot chocolate in a socially distanced cafe, and had a wooden spoon, and it made me very sad, and it was grim. And the final thing we're going to talk about, which hopefully takes me over 2 minutes, because that's the other thing. Another thing that's not on the list that we're going to talk about. This podcast average length is almost bang on 23 minutes. I don't do it deliberately, but almost every podcast is 23 minutes. I don't get it. Some of them are longer. Like there is an episode that is let me get it. Let me get the list up. Switch account. Switch to popular as a relative to 16 subscribers. We've gained subscribers, guys. That's the other thing. Views are up, and watch time is up on both the podcast channel and the main channel. So, but subscribers are still very low. So if you'd like to, please subscribe. It would make me happy. Videos, right? The beach episode, 23 minutes. The first ever segment, 22. Aliens confirmed, 23. I have a soundboard, 30 minutes. That's quite a long one, actually. Death is Far, 20. And then another 20 minute existential crisis. That's 20 minutes. Netflix is great right now. Actually, maybe I lied. There's like 3 of them are 23 minutes, actually. That's not that many. And this will be the 11th podcast. And we're back. Storage went. I was saying that this will be the 11th episode on the podcast channel, because the last episode was the 10th. Which means in YouTube Studio we're moving on to a new page. But that's that. Oh, we have 2 comments on the last video. Oh, one of them was me. Someone has put, good day, popular as a relative term, pretty impressive video, thank. So they're probably fishing for subscribers. But I replied, thank you, because I'm polite. Unless Keaton and Chaplin and Films actually did enjoy the content, in which case, I'm sorry, Keaton and Chaplin Films. Thank you very much. What was I saying? What was the final thing I was going to talk about? Guys, I never thought I'd say this, but Fortnite have banged it, okay? They got kicked off the App Store, and that ad, they've done an alpha move. Like, the App Store and the Google Play system is going to change, undoubtedly. Absolute alpha plays. You gotta give them the credit, because it was absolute alpha plays, okay? There's nothing else I can say. It was beautiful. You know, I love it when another corporation just goes, screw you, to another corporation. And, I mean, I heard someone say, why are we all cheering for big corporations? No one likes them. And I thought, this is a very good point. However, on this occasion, Fortnite have banged it, you know. Meanwhile, I'm recording this on an Apple iPhone. So, But yeah, I just wanted to say, if you've not seen the 1980 Fortnite ad, and you haven't read about it, it's the most alpha thing. It's not even the alpha. It's just like, there is nothing you can do about this, Apple. And I was like, good move, Fortnite. You know, the more I talk about this, the more I don't care. I just thought, when I saw the advert, I was like, congrats, Fortnite, you did something very good. So, big up. Anyway, I think that calls the end of this episode of the podcast. In fact, so much to the end that I'm opening up my editing software now to get this edited and released for you. Oh, the other final thing I was going to say is I still haven't sorted out the soundboard, because it's just a pain, okay? I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. But that's what I'm going to say. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good week. I've had a good week. And I will see you next Wednesday for the 18th episode of Popular Relative Term. Goodbye!